Right now, 500,000 tools sold at Lowe's, owned some overseas, are being recalled because their batteries can catch fire. It's not the first time. It won't be the last. And it's happening at the exact same time the company protecting one of these brands is cutting $2 billion from its own budget. A recall like this feels like a one-off headline, read once and forgotten by the time you finish your coffee. But this particular recall isn't happening in isolation. Greenworks just pulled back over 550,000 Kobalt branded yard tools sold at Lowe's, including trimmers, blowers, mowers, chainsaws, and pruning saws, because the lithium-ion batteries can short-circuit and catch fire while charging through their USB-C port. 34 separate reports of batteries smoking, sparking, or catching fire, all in the last few months alone, all tied to tools that were still sitting on store shelves earlier this year. No injuries yet, which is the only reason this isn't a bigger story right now. But zoom out, and this recall sits inside a much longer pattern that stretches back almost 20 years. One that keeps repeating for a reason nobody in the industry likes to say out loud. Start with what's actually happening this year. The Kobalt recall covers tools sold between January and May of 2026, meaning the defect was shipping to customers for months before anyone caught it. Consumers are being told to stop charging the batteries through the USB-C port while they're inserted in the tool and to contact Greenworks for a free replacement. Standard recall language you've probably seen a dozen times without ever connecting the dots to how often it gets used. That's not unusual. Go back to August of 2022, and DeWalt recalled about 1.25 million 12-inch sliding compound miter saws after 571 reports of the rear blade guard breaking or detaching, including 9 reports of actual lacerations. Owners weren't even given a refund. They were sent to a service center for a free repair kit, which tells you the company's own remedy was to fix the flawed part rather than admit the tool itself needed pulling entirely. That recall alone is considered one of the largest power tool recalls in American history, and it happened because a plastic safety component failed at a rate the company apparently didn't catch until customers started getting hurt. These aren't small companies cutting corners in a garage somewhere. These are the biggest names in the industry, the ones with entire departments dedicated to quality control, and the failures kept slipping through anyway. Now line up the timeline that most people never connect. Back in 2007, Milwaukee recalled about 1 million battery packs manufactured between 1999 and 2004, after 35 reports of the batteries exploding, including 11 injuries described as cuts, bruises, and hearing loss from the force of the explosion. In 2010, Ryobi recalled 455,000 cordless drills sold years earlier, after 47 reports of the switch overheating and causing fires, including 12 incidents of actual property damage to homes and vehicles, and 2 people burned just from touching an overheated switch. 3 different decades, 3 different companies. The same category of failure, batteries, and switches and safety components breaking down in ways that took months or years to surface publicly, long after the products were already sitting in millions of garages nationwide. Wait, here's the part that actually explains the pattern instead of just describing it. Every one of these recalls happened during a period when the parent company was also under real financial pressure to cut manufacturing costs. Whether that pressure came from rising material costs, tariffs, or a corporate mandate to protect shareholder returns. Stanley Black & Decker, DeWalt's parent company, is running a $2.1 billion cost reduction program right now, specifically targeting 35% gross margin by 2028, and it just sold off its $1.8 billion aerospace manufacturing division to help fund that shift. The company absorbed an estimated $140 million tariff hit last year and responded with a price increase, not a quality investment. And it's not the only one under this kind of pressure. Tariffs on imported power tools jumped to 34% in 2025, with an additional 54% tariff specifically on the lithium-ion battery packs every cordless tool now depends on, meaning the exact component behind most of these recalls is also the exact component that just got dramatically more expensive to source and manufacture correctly. None of this proves that any specific recall was caused by a specific cost-cutting decision. That's an important distinction, and this video isn't going to pretend otherwise. But the pattern is impossible to ignore once you see it laid out. Recalls keep happening in a specific category, batteries and safety mechanisms, at the exact moments the companies making them are also under public pressure to protect margin instead of expand it. So is this a conspiracy? No, it's simpler and more uncomfortable than that. It's a business under quarterly pressure making thousands of small manufacturing decisions, and once in a while, one of those decisions turns out to be the wrong one, at scale, in your garage. The Kobalt recall happening right now isn't proof that today's cost-cutting caused today's fires. It's proof that this industry has never actually solved the underlying pattern, because the pattern was never really about one bad batch of batteries. It's about what happens when safety margin and profit margin compete for the same budget line, year after year, company after company. And here's the detail that should genuinely unsettle you. Every single one of these recalls was announced only after the failures had already reached the public, not before. The quality control systems these companies advertised so heavily didn't catch a single one of these defects internally before someone's tool started smoking in their garage. That's not a coincidence repeated 4 times across 20 years. That's a business model that treats the public as the final stage of its own testing process. If patterns like this are the kind of thing you want explained before the next headline hits, stick around. It's all the way to Instagram because this channel breaks stories like this down every week. Hit subscribe so you catch the next one before it becomes a recall notice in your inbox. The recall nobody's talking about isn't really about Kobalt or DeWalt or Milwaukee or Ryobi specifically. It's about an industry that keeps having the same conversation with regulators every few years, promises the same fix, and moves on before anyone asks the harder question, whether cutting costs and cutting corners have ever actually been two different things in this business. The tools in your garage right now were built under someone's cost target, decided in a boardroom you'll never see, on a timeline that had nothing to do with how safely that battery would hold up 2 years into daily use on a job site. The question this video leaves you with is simple. Do you know what that target was and what it might have quietly cost you, or someone standing next to you the next time that battery starts charging? If this changed how you look at your own toolbox, subscribe for more breakdowns of the corporate decisions companies never explain out loud.